guys, but we are live. Welcome to another episode of Strike First Podcast. It is, I believe, episode 12. We're a few episodes behind since season 6, part 1 came out. So, we are going to talk about some interesting stuff this show today. We will be discussing this Miyagi spin-off that is being developed. It's not confirmed, but it is being talked about, so it's as confirmed as it's going to get. The big three are involved with it. Get out of here. You're a loser. You're not welcome here. What's up, Brian? Give me a second, Brian. I got to deal with the troll. Bye, punk. Yoink. See you never. Hello, Brian.
Joe.
Hello, Daniel. Happy Thursday, my friend. Welcome. All are welcome. Unless your name is Terry Silver wannabe.
Oh yeah. Hey Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Train Things podcast went well last night, but Minefield had a couple hot takes that I kind of disagreed with.
About Stranger Things?
About Train Things, yeah. He said that he said that Steve was an overrated character, and he said that season 4 was the worst season.
What?
Yep.
What's up, Tyrell?
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been too long.
Yeah,
We've all been busy. It's like part 1 happened. It went. It came.
yeah.
And then we just kind of got
busy,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I got some good topics for us today, and I started writing. I got my little YouTube insight has got a bonsai, Melissa.
Bonsai, Melissa, come on up.
I sent you the link, Melissa, on Instagram. But also, I got a pretty big scoop for you guys about some information about a certain returning Karate Kid character that will be appearing as part 2. What's up, Minefield?
Which karate character is that?
Well, I had some people send some information my way, and I saw actual picture proof of it, that Dennis is going to be in the second episode of part 2.
Oh, shit.
Which does also confirm that I think it is very likely that Silver is in episode 6.
Oh, yeah. If he's going to be there, yeah.
Because there's no way he's there and he's not interacting with his boy.
Question is, how does he get involved?
Yep.
Yeah.
I understand your issues, Minefield. I think you got to look at, I think you need to, like Miyagi says to Daniel, maybe you need to start stroking that fence with your paintbrush and just kind of, you need to see whole picture.
Yeah. Hold up, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa, we can take care of that for you. So, the biggest topic we got to talk about, Tyrell, is the Big Three's first potential spinoff is in talks right now.
Yep.
Miyagi
prequel.
It's what we've all been talking about. Is a Miyagi prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Let me.
And I got a damn good fan casting for this prequel.
I know.
Oh, you know, huh? You already know what I'm going to say?
Okay. Let me hear it.
So I was watching the Wolverine the other night.
All right. There you go, Melissa.
We were watching all the action stuff. And I was looking, and I was talking, because I had brought him up in a previous video where me and my fiance were talking about it. And I'm probably going to mention it when I do my video about the Miyagi spinoff. And there's this actor. Okay, here's Melissa. Give me a second to get her up.
Once she comes up, okay. Bonsai.
I was just about to share my fan cast before Miyagi.
Let me just delete my comment real quick so that Terry Silva doesn't come up.
Yeah. So Tyrell, I was watching the Wolverine with my fiance, and the scene comes on where Wolverine is about to punch this dude in the nose. There's this actor in this movie he's got a brief part in this movie, but he's also in Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge as the Shredder, right? And this actor's name is Brian T. And the man looks like a young Miyagi. He's got all the features. He's got the acting chops. The dude is fantastic. Like,
Nice.
I'm telling you, man. I seen him and I was like, oh, this guy, yeah. That could be young Miyagi for sure.
Mhm.
So it's pretty cool. But what do we think about this spinoff, guys?
Oh, about the Miyagi spinoff?
I think are you talking about the spinoff? Are you talking about for the spinoff for the prequel that they might be planning on doing for Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm a bit cautious about it. But I'm a bit cautious about it. I'm sort of like in between. Because part of me feels like, Mr. Miyagi is such a phenomenal character that they really shouldn't touch him. Yeah, but at the same time, though, and it's thanks to the Chosen Ones that also helped me see this viewpoint as well, that this can only help elevate Mr. Miyagi.
I agree.
Like,
I feel like, look, if this was what's going on with those Sony jerkwads with this new Karate Kid movie, I would have no interest in it. But to me, because the big three are the ones making this, I'm a bit more trusting in the fact that they'll do a good job.
I'm a bit more invested myself.
Chosen, don't worry, you'll be back next week, buddy.
And if you really think about it, I know not everyone was crazy about part one, but it seems like they're already planting the seeds for the story that that we're interested in finding out what could be happening in this show. Because the other question is also, people would want to know, what would a Miyagi show look like? Well, I think in part one we got a little taste of kind of what we could expect it could look like. And I think that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yep.
Because I know not everyone's a fan of what they did with some of the setup with the Miyagi secrets, but I'll be completely honest. I personally am really interested in the fact that they made a creative choice to show that Miyagi has flaws.
Brian has a question for us.
That he's human. Like he's not perfect.
Brian has a question.
Kid is perfect.
Brian has a question for us, Joe.
Oh, Brian has a question. Well, we put it up and then we'll all share our thoughts on it. All right. We got a question from Brian here. Brian asked, what's your favorite episode of part one? So we'll go, everyone gets to go one at a time, and we'll start with Jake.
Okay.
I'm honestly going to go episode 4 just because we got the Johnny versus Mike fight.
Yeah, that's a pretty good episode to choose. Not bad. All right, and next we're going to go with Melissa.
Episode 5.
Yeah,
that episode was the most absolute memorable one ever. Really. It was Peyton's best performance by far. Her absolute best performance. Yeah.
You don't get to be Hawk. You're going to get out of here. So that's a great episode. And of course the ending shocking everyone, being like, oh, we got to wait till November 15th, but it's fantastic. Yeah, I love episode 5.
It was just absolutely incredible.
But of course, we all got to save the best for last. So I'm not going until Tyrell goes. So.
Tyrell, what was your favorite episode of the season?
Melissa, Tyrell, you're next.
Yeah,
good one, Melissa.
I feel like I'm kind of between episode 3 and 5. Both of them were great. I'm for episode 3, I really admired, Sam and Tori finally putting their differences aside and just hugging it out. Their friendship is probably one of my favorite scenes throughout part one.
Underground.
Yeah, I love episode 5, and I'm probably gonna be the odd man out on this one. I know it's, but at the end of the day, it's all about our opinions, right?
Yep.
And that's what matters. And so, like, Peyton, absolutely, episode 5 is one of my favorite episodes. I think there's a lot of things about episode 5 I love.
I think I know what you're trying to say, Joe.
I think I've been waiting for not just this season, but every season of Cobra Kai since they've launched the show, and the cast has gotten bigger, the story's gotten bigger. I love episode 3 because while the Miyagi stuff is interesting, the thing that stands out to me is that we finally. So there's a question that people have been asking me that I've been considering making into a video.
What?
And one of the questions is, so people get mad because eventually Silver's going to be the main villain by the end of this, right? Which I do think could still happen. And then there's this whole Master Kim thing, and like there's a lot of different variables. But one thing I think that needs to be incredibly apparent that nobody is looking at is we've already met our main villain, and it's not as simple as it's like one of the adults that's like the lead master, right? Because you have Silver, you have Kim, they're gonna do their thing, they're gonna be evil, they're gonna do evil things. But the real villain of the season is, right now at least, is Quan. Because they established him in episode 3, and you come up, and now you've established him, and thanks to Kreese, they've established him as this threat. And now everyone in the tournament is scared shitless because there's this guy that can take on the best of them. And that's why it's so important. Like, I love how what Ralph did, when Ralph did the interview talking about episode 3, and he established this is the episode where you see the real Cobra Kai, what the real evil looks like, and that's what we've waited to see. So to me, I really liked I really liked episode 3 because it established that we have a threat finally. And one of the things is like we have adult threats who've never really had a kid threat, and I love that we have a kid threat. Right. So go ahead, Jay.
I just want to let you know about this caring person in the chat, dude.
I saw them. I was ignoring them. I was confused, but yeah. So
honestly, it's just best to just ignore. It's just honestly best to just ignore these.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring them right now. I removed Silver because he's Silver, but this part's me annoyed. But yeah, I really liked. I've been watching a lot of Nations videos. I've been watching a lot of.
He did a short about he did a short about Sam's arc. Did you watch
I heard
it?
about that, and I just like I'm loving the appreciation that Quan's getting. Like there was an interview. I'm going to do a video about it, not tonight, but probably tomorrow. About how Quan, Brandon Lee, just said something in one of his interviews recently about he was asked about the Sekai Taikai, and the creators were asked about the Sekai Taikai, and they said that it is, like Mike Barnes said, it's unpredictable, and it's the craziest action they've ever done on the show. And they were talking about just how insane it was. And Brandon kind of hinted at some things that it doesn't look good for our Miyagi does or our Miyagi fans, for sure. It does not look good. No. Like they have like
he's gonna give Robbie and Miguel a real run for their money.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he is.
This dude is an absolute menace.
The person I'm the most scared for right now.
No, he's a beast. Like he's merciless.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wait, and
he's merciless. He has true no mercy.
And as much as the threats
he is the essence of what true no mercy is.
Guys,
and that's what I love about him. It's great that he's true no mercy. And what I think is fantastic is the fact that these kids are a threat. But like one of the things about part 1 that just felt kind of off to me. Not off in the story, but something that I felt like that, the bill always comes due, was Dimitri seeming so overconfident going into the Sekai Taikai, thanks to Yasmin.
Yeah.
He's going to fucking pay for that in part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be lucky. He's going to think of that little breaking his arm in season 3 from Hawk. but that will be mercy compared to what's going to happen here.
Yep.
That will be mercy. Because if Quan gets his hands on him, no. It's not nice.
No. Like Quan could literally kill Dimitri.
Oh yeah, and even Hawk.
Saint Row 2, no. I still feel that season 2 is the worst season.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Like, oh my god, and like Tori's now back on that side.
Yeah.
Like that's what like.
There's some good.
And that's
there's some good Tori theories out there. I heard some good stuff.
What?
There's some good Tori theories out there. I heard some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
What'd you hear?
Like, there's a lot. There's a theory out there right now that because Tori is on the enemy and she wants to distract, as much as she is, obviously, yes, she still loves Robbie and cares for him. But because Robbie is the team captain from the other side, they don't want to win because Cobra Kai is all in on going up against Miyagi-Do, obviously, right?
Right.
They basically have she won't date him, but she'll definitely play mind games with the other Cobra Kai students and try to like manipulate the Miyagi-Dos with them. Like there was some people were theorizing that like, well, she'll never date. Like, she's not going to break up with Robbie. She might slightly, I don't know if flirt is the right word, but she'll use Quan to piss Robbie off.
Hey,
yeah, I think she will. Yeah, I mean, that does sound like Tori, but.
Okay, let me read that theory real quick, Chosen. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was going to tell you.
I was just telling Melissa something real quick about Tori. But what if Dimitri gets injured and Hawk gets so mad he goes back to season 3? Yeah, that could happen. That's definitely
I do, but I think that he's still gonna stay on the good side though too.
I mean, I do want to see because one of my biggest criticisms of of part 1, even though I do like part 1, is that and the only reason this happened is in the writing. It makes it where one of them was showing mercy, the other one wasn't. But there shouldn't be a way that when Dimitri and Hawk are fighting for their spot, and it's about who's going to get the flag, Dimitri shouldn't have beat Hawk. That shouldn't have happened.
No.
So,
yeah,
I do think that if he was provoked, I do think that a fight between them would be great.
Yeah. Oh, and Cobra Kai Underground. Yeah, I agree. Tori's not the Cobra Kai Underground. Yeah, I agree. Tori's not the cheating type. But she still just may like not necessarily that she cheats on Robbie, but she just may use Quan to really to really anger Robbie. In that sense.
Or Quan can use that as an opportunity to get into Robbie's head.
Yeah, that too.
Thing I think is crazy,
and that I could see.
And then judging by that bar scene with Robbie and Tori, it does look like that happens before the tournament.
Well, that part 1 stuff, that part 2 first look is pretty interesting because there's literally
guys, did I tell you that about a theory that I have?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
About what Sam's arc could be in part 2.
Go ahead.
I think Sam's arc is going to be her fighting for Tori.
Yes.
By fighting against her. Sam's arc is going to be like her wanting to get Tori out of that dojo and away from Chris, because right now Tori is in a lose-lose situation. Even if Cobra Kai wins, even if she wins that fight as team captain, she still loses.
Yep.
There's no good situation that's going to come, even if by her being in Cobra Kai, because even if she wins and as team captain, and Miyagi-Do wins, she gets nothing. Nope. She gets absolutely nothing. Her mom is still gone. She's still in a custody battle with her little brother. She's not gonna she won't even have Cobra Kai anymore. She John Kreese can't stay in the United States because he may be able to come by from time to time, but come on, the police are not that useless where they won't, where he could just be walking around the streets for the rest of his life and never get arrested for any of the things that he's done. So it's and if Cobra Kai does win, guess what? Not only is her mom's still gone, she's still in a custody battle with her she's still in danger of losing her brother.
Yeah.
She and Kreese will never let her leave.
Yeah, she'll be stuck in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, she'll be stuck there forever because not that Kreese would keep her there physically, but emotionally he'll keep her there. Like he won't like let her leave.
Both Kreese and Kim won't let their champion leave. No way.
All it took, and I'll use this as an example. All it took was one appearance was Kreese showing back up once and a few choice words, and that's it. He was able to get into Tori's mind again, and Tori was drawn right back to him.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as Johnny mentioned kind of let it slip about picking sides, that's when those words that Kreese planted into her head came back.
Yeah. But it's what do you guys think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Because if there's one person who could save Tori, it's definitely Sam. I want it to be that way.
Yeah, I like that. I think that makes sense. I think that is a really good. That is a really good thing.
Fighting for Tori by fighting against her in the tournament.
Yeah,
I think that could happen.
And if you want to make a video about it, you can do that. You have my permission.
I'm focused on a lot of interesting things right now. One thing I do, Quan is going to test Hawk and Robbie. Yep, definitely. One thing that I have theorized about is with Robbie and Hawk and Quan, it's about it's about the tournament. It's about who can win the most points, whatever who's going to do the most damage in a tournament setting, right? Yeah, but one thing that I'm fixated on right now, like the Eye of Sauron is fixated on one thing, is that Miguel and Quan are going to get into a street fight this season.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I agree with that, Chosen.
I feel like Robbie is going to beat Quan on the mat, whereas Miguel's going to beat him off the mat.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, Chosen. I agree with that, Chosen.
And something else too. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw the Chosen One's video.
Good point.
About why Miguel could win the Sekai Tekai.
I was about to watch that. I didn't check it out yet. You found a good one?
Yeah, he made a valid point. That about Miguel missing something in the last few seasons. As a character, he made a point about Miguel just missing something, something that his character needs, really needs, and it really needs to show this season. And I think honestly, it's purpose. We know who Miguel is. We know who Miguel is. We know that he's the next karate. You know that he's this generation's Karate Kid. We know his reasons for it. We know, for winning. We know the reasons. We know why he needs it. But what is his purpose for it?
Yeah.
What it's I kind of relate it to. Has anyone here watched Smallville?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so I kind of relate it to that. I kind of relate, how, when we watch Smallville, even from the beginning about Clark Kent's journey, we know from the beginning he's gonna become Superman, and we watch the journey. We watch his growth. We watch his journey throughout all the seasons. and we see something that we didn't necessarily see through in any of the Superman films, dating back to the original, where we know what he's destined to be, but what gives him we know he's destined to become Superman, but we don't know, but we never really, up until that point, we never really learned his purpose of what makes him the hero that he was always fated to be, that he wanted to be. And I think that's what Miguel is missing, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
He could be this next, he's this next generation's karate. I think at this point they're all the Karate Kids, but he could be this he could be this next generation's Karate Kid. He could even be the world champion. But what gives him this purpose that makes him go beyond that, to the point where what gives him the purpose that gives him that essence of what he's fated to be, that's beyond that. What says that he's not just a champion? He's more than just the Karate Kid. Yeah. He's more than just a champ. He's more than just a world champion. He's something better.
Yeah.
So it's
what the.
So it's that. It's I think he's missing purpose. What is his purpose that's setting him on the journey of what he's fated to be, as opposed to what he is just destined to be.
Mm-hmm.
That goes beyond, and that goes beyond that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I like that.
Hey, Joe. Sorry, we can't hear you.
Sorry, I was talking to Ella. We're planning my my next video real quick. So
I wanted to talk to you about a theory that I just posted in the chat for Minefield.
Oh, you did? Okay, you got a theory? All right, no worries. Hey, Andy.
Mifield's asking to throw out theories for the end of part 2, and I think I came up with one that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Really? Well, throw it at us.
Well, I said it in the chat, but I'll say it here. I think it's going to end with this Cobra Kai losing in the Saikai Taikai, and Silver planning to strike back.
It's a good theory. Well, so I want to bring up something, because I was bringing this up to Tyrell and Jake before you came in, Melissa. I have some pretty... I'll go and check it out.
Yep.
I have some pretty good information for you guys about a certain character coming in part 2 that could mean Silver's appearance is as early as episode 6 of part 2.
Oh, yeah. You said Dennis.
Yep. Yeah. I saw a picture of him at a dojo that was not Cobra Kai. It's a new dojo. And I saw him, he's much older now, so he's got facial hair now. And apparently he's going to be in episode 7. So I have a theory for you guys. What if Silver did take his money and go and put interest into another dojo? And because of all the stuff that he's involved in, he can't be the lead sensei of that dojo. But what if it's Dennis's dojo that enters because of whatever country they're from? And then Silver will appear at some point, kind of from behind the scenes, as they're working together.
Yeah, I think he might have Dennis run that dojo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He'll pretty much be control.
Good. Do you think that honestly? Do you think that Julie Pierce is going to come return? On part 2.
Do I think Julie will return? I hope so. I hope it will happen. I have no evidence of it. If they do it, it's a secret. Like I have no evidence of if it will happen for sure, but
Yeah.
I do think that it is likely to happen. Like I think
Yes.
I've always seen it. Now, what it depends on is if my theory is right about a sensei bracket at any point during this tournament, then I think that her likeliness to show up is more likely because there are other dojos that have other female senseis. There's no other dojos and there's nobody else in Miyagi-Do that's a female sensei. And I don't think with these other advanced fighters, I don't think it would be hard for Kim to knock out the other fighters, but I think it would be very hard for her to fight someone like Julie.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know about a sensei bracket because like if there was going to be one, they would have announced it by now.
Not everything.
But even in a regular fight, I think it would be hard for her to fight Julie.
If you announce everything, then there's no surprises. So you can't announce everything.
Yeah.
Remember what Mike said. This tournament is
unpredictable.
People have died in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the Sekai Taikai, expect the unexpected. And at the same time, don't expect the unexpected because you don't know what to expect. There's no way to know what to expect. I mean, if this is as brutal as Mike says, this is going to be insane. These kids are in for a world of pain.
Yeah. Regarding Julie, it's like there's no way. I don't see her not appearing because, like, especially like if she hears about Miyagi-Do entering into the Sekai Taikai, that's going to lure her out, and she'll probably make her way to Barcelona.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone had a really good theory. I forget who it was on my channel. Someone said something like the reason that Julie would appear is that one of her relatives fought in the Sekai Taikai, and something bad would have happened to them, and that so we would find out more about her dad or one of her other family members, and something would have happened that would have involved her directly in the Sekai Taikai.
Well, and in technicality, one of her relatives or surrogate relatives did fight in the Sekai Taikai, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, very true.
You know, and Daniel, and just like Daniel is now getting involved with this, I have no, they're aware of each other's existence.
Yeah, she definitely did.
And they did kind of like plant a small, very subtle Easter egg for the next Karate Kid when they mentioned when Daniel found Mr. Miyagi's other name, Kisuke Miyagi, which is what the name that he went by in the next Karate Kid, where he was being honored for his service in World War II.
Underground, I like that theory.
That's a pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That's a pretty good. Good take.
Mike Barnes fear in students, you could tell. Yeah, he did.
Another person I want to focus on in terms of like theories and stuff that I think is really interesting is you guys see those pictures of Kenny at the Sekai Taikai?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's. I don't think so. I mean, I really don't think he's gonna. I think like remember John said that he had shot like a whole lot of scenes to prevent leaks from getting out on the.
Well, you did say one thing about that. Okay, so he said one specific wording that makes me kind of not roll my eyes, but make me kind of go like kind of an intrigue. He mentioned he put characters in specific costumes to hide. Yes. He didn't mention that certain scenes were shot specifically. Like characters can pop up in pictures and stuff, but certain people still like they put Miguel in a Cobra Kai gi instead of Miyagi-Do gi because they're trying to hide things. And
I think they made the right move because they know these leaks are gonna. Yeah. They saw this coming.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they filmed like they how like they did with the season 4 ending at the All Valley tournament where they shot it they shot Sam winning to fool like the audience around, to fool like the background audience that was watching. so that nothing would get leaked. But in reality, the real ending was that Tori won the All Valley.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're doing. I think they're shooting many, many different scenes and keeping of what actually happened a lot better under their hats so that nothing gets spoiled.
I just wonder, because I've been hearing some things, and I've also kind of had a feeling that Devin cheating in part 1 is going to come into fruition in part 2. Like, I have a feeling that she's going to pay for it in some way.
I thought of something, Joe.
Well, I think Johnny's going to find out. Johnny's not going to be happy.
You know what I thought of?
And I don't think she stands a chance in the Sekai Taikai anyway, because she's up against some tough competition.
Honestly, truthfully, neither Anthony, Kenny, or Devin should be going to the Sekai Taikai. Nope. I'm sorry, but the dream team, the team that should have been going from the beginning, and I get that they had to create some drama, but okay, let's get the 4 obvious choices: Sam, Tori, Robbie, and Miguel. Now I can see where episodes it comes down to just Hawk and Dimitri, where they put, like Anthony, where it comes down to Hawk and Dimitri, and they add Anthony, Kenny, and Devin in there for, just create a little bit of drama, competitiveness, and whatever.
Like, I get they wanted to test
all the thing of it is, though, at the end, but the thing, wait, Joe, the thing of it is, at the end, it should have been Sam, Miguel, Robbie, Tori, Hawk, and Dimitri. There's your top fighters. There's your winning team. They're the most experienced.
Plus, they've been doing karate way longer than those 3.
Right. And not only that, now, if it were just the All Valley, I would say, you know what? Underdogs do have a chance. Yes. But this is a world national tournament. It's a whole different ballpark.
And you need
your strongest fighters. You need your strongest, most focused, balanced, skilled, experienced fighters, and that's what those 6 are compared to the others. They're the strong. They're the strongest team.
My view, where are you seeing this leak? I want to know. Where are you hearing about this leak?
Yeah, I've heard about that. It's an interesting leak? Sure.
Well, showing opening up a Cobra Kai dojo to enter the Sekai Taikai.
It was on a YouTube short. Wow.
Oh, people are just being.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't think it's even likely for him to qualify, because the thing is, like, it's a rigorous process to even get into the tournament.
Oh yeah, and then that's the other thing too. Is just like, I'm just glad that my prediction that I had sent before we even saw part 1 is coming true, thanks to the inside the dojo footage. I predicted and I knew it was going to come into play all the way back in season 5, and I didn't really act on it until I started making videos on it. But ever since season 5, when Kenny and Kalo were training with Tyrone Woodley as a sensei, and when Kim Da-eun was training with Tori and Devin, right?
Yeah.
I said the tournament will have dual brackets from the beginning.
Yeah, Cobra Kai Nation did show us that.
And we literally see in the first look that Hawk is fighting 2 people from opposing dojos at once.
And I think he's fighting them alongside Dimitri, just that someone was covering him up.
They're hiding Dimitri, maybe. Yeah, no, not only that, another one that I noticed that's crazy in that a lot of people haven't been talking about is they're also doing it where girls and guys can be on the same team. So, there's a shot, I don't know if you saw it. There's a shot where Kwan and Tori are in a duo fight together.
Yes.
So, that's interesting.
So based on where things are going, I feel like it's going to be Robbie and Sam versus Kwan and Tori in the finals.
It could.
could be.
It could.
But what if it's also like? What if it's also reversed? What if it's okay? I know I'm probably gonna. Now, this is not a theory to be actually taken seriously, so just take it with a grain of salt. And I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just like a crazy what if.
Okay.
But what
Go
if?
ahead.
What if it's like, what if we get like a Robbie versus Tori and a Sam versus Quan?
I could see that.
Ooh.
They could do that.
But
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I think it's unlikely because, like,
Would
I
be-
feel like it
Yes,
should
I
be
know,
Sam.
I know. It's very unlikely. I know, I
happen.
get it. No.
mean,
That's
if
why I
there's one-
said it's like I'm not saying it's gonna happen or it will happen. It's not even a valid theory. It's like more like a crazy what if, you know?
If they went that
Like-
way, I don't think
Just to,
Robbie
like
would
add
be
on
able-
some drama.
I don't
Yeah,
find it.
I
I don't find it
Yeah, I
crazy,
think-
but the thing is, like, it should be Sam. Not
Unlikely though.
it
I
should be
think it's
Sam to
unlikely.
fight.
It's unlikely.
No,
but
I get it.
It would be.
You're
It
right.
would be awesome if it happened.
No, like I agree. It's very, very, very unlikely. But I'm just saying, like as a what if, you know, like to like make it more complicated, like for
If they
Rob,
went
like
that way, I would
Robbie
be
and Sam to
terrified
win,
for Sam.
you know, like to make especially for Robbie's win because he's fighting against his girlfriend that he loves.
And if that were to happen, there's no way, no matter how bad he wants to win, there's no way Robbie would ever let himself, even in a terminate setting. I can't see Robbie ever trying to land anything on his girlfriend. I can't see him.
Yeah, I don't think so
landing a
either.
punch on Corey
Like, he
or-
would never. He would never land a hit on her. Like,
No.
Yeah, it
Oh,
would.
he
That
let
would be a
himself
tough
lose.
situation.
But yeah,
That'd be a
like
tough
with
situation.
Sam and Tori, I feel like
I
it
really
should be
hope it
Sam
doesn't
versus.
happen.
I know it's gonna. I know I know that's a fight that's gonna happen, Tyra. Believe me, I'm completely on your side. I'm completely. I realize that's. I know that's a theory that's very, very, very unlikely. But I'm just saying, like, as a what if to make it more complicated to add more drama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
You know, like,
understand.
I know it's
understand.
They've done weird things. I agree with you, Chosen, and I literally like. That's the thing. If that were to come true, as much as an emotional reason, the Robbie versus Tori could be crazy. I would be terrified
Yeah.
if Sam ever had to go against
Quan, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely
But
terrified.
Oh my God,
listen,
oh my
if you
God,
are
yeah.
close, Sam,
Sam would never stand a chance.
listen, listen, that could be a good that could also be a good setup for, because if Quan really hurts Sam, like really injures her badly, that could be the
Oh.
setup for a Quan versus Miguel.
Yeah,
outside
Miguel's gonna
the
kick some ass.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, you know what I could see now that you mentioned that, Melissa, and I love that. I might even make a theory video about this. I love that because I can see what happens is that happens, and maybe he does it in a way that, like, even though the tournament's gonna be brutal, maybe he does it where Quan gets disqualified from the fight and probably the whole tournament, but Miguel's still pissed. So then, at the middle of the whole situation, Robbie makes it into the finals. Miguel doesn't. Miguel drags his ass outside and just starts.
Oh, I would love that, but I don't know.
Like, I
but-
could see it, like,
but with the
literally-
Sam and Tori
It's
fight.
very unlikely. It's very unlikely though. It's
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
see. I don't
yeah.
think the big
Oh
theory's
yeah,
gonna-
totally chosen. He'll be back to a season 2 self, but even worse.
But,
Yeah.
but Joe, what else? What I was about to say is that like for story wise, it makes sense for Sam and Tori to fight each other because like it's
Yeah.
for Sam,
Yeah.
like she's the only key. She's like the only person who could save Tori.
Yeah, no, I get it. No. You're absolutely right. I agree. I agree 100%. I'm just saying, like, for added drama, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's unlikely. It's more like a fan fiction theory. I
Yes.
should say, like, instead of
It's a
like-
good one. It's definitely a good
it's
theory.
good, but it's very. I know it's unlikely
Yeah,
that it's going to
yeah.
happen, but it's like it was just such a good theory that I just like. I wanted to see what you guys thought of it, you know, like, even though I know it's not going to happen.
What do you
It'd be funny
guys
if
think about
they
the
filmed an
theory that, like,
alternative fight where
oh, yeah.
they did do
Yeah.
that, and then
like in an alternate like in an alternate
Like
universe,
an alternate
kinda
universe,
way.
yeah.
Alternate universe is interesting. What do you guys think about the theory, or not necessarily theory? What did you guys notice how in the inside the dojo there's gonna be a kicking challenge based on height?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And did you notice how there's a behind the scenes video where Jacob is doing a kick and Quan does like a taekwondo like reverse tornado kick, and he pisses him off really bad. Like you can see, because like I think Hawk does a really good like really high front kick, and Quan's like, "You call that a kick?" And he just like, oh man.
Honestly, I think that the scratch that's underneath the scratch that Quan made is Robbie.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
kinda
Chosen,
like
that's definitely what he said for sure.
Did you also notice that Robbie? Did you also notice that in that scene where they're watching Quan do the kick, Robbie has his outfit from the Sekai Taikai promos they put out before Part 1 came out. Did
Yeah.
you see that, Melissa?
No.
wait, what?
Remember the promos they put out before
Yeah.
Part 1? Robbie's wearing
Yeah.
his same outfit from the promo in that scene when he's watching Quan do his kick to like the
Yeah.
ceiling or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same outfit.
Yeah.
I wonder how that came about.
Hey Joe, like
Yeah.
I feel like
And
I'm
you
gonna
know,
get a little
something cool was
little
really-
off topic
what
here,
was
but
really,
remember like
kind of like a foreshadow about the promos.
Yeah.
Is that they did everybody else's, but Tori's, and
yeah.
like they did all the Miyagi-Dos, but Tori's, and I think that was what. And I think that because of the ending, like she doesn't stay in Miyagi-Do, she rejoins Cobra Kai.
What were you gonna say about being off topic, Tyrell? You had something to say.
So like remember like in March like we had like some leak footage of them filming in Barcelona where Daniel and Johnny are training Miguel, Robbie, and Sam. What if like Hawk, Dimitri, and Devin are training with Chosen?
It's possible.
Yeah, I could see that.
Thanks to Inside the Dojo,
Very
we now know
possible.
that Chosen is at the tournament. So
Yeah, especially like
Yeah.
like Chosen got the chance to train most of the Miyagi-Dos, but like Devin is one of the most known characters to never train under Chosen, and I think Chosen might be the key to her finally confessing what she did. What do you think?
And I've been wondering, because I've had a feeling that Chosen would potentially end up training Hawk at some point. So I definitely could see that.
Yep.
Because it's going to take someone.
And something else too. I think Silver, while they're at the tournament, something else too. I think that while they're at the tournament in Barcelona, I think that's when Silver is going to get released, and I think he's going to be causing a lot of trouble in the Valley while they're gone.
He's going to go ahead.
And they're gonna come home, and they're gonna find, and that's when they're gonna find out about it through a burned down Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, that's what I wonder too. Because like, what if the pictures of Silver we got that are at the Sekai Taikai? What if they're fake pictures? And what if it's just Dennis at the Sekai Taikai, and Dennis is just kind of there to like cover it up, and then when they come home, Silver's there waiting. Because then
Chosen the mad, but what if they're fake Chosen?
Because I swear to God, if they have him bribe if he shows up to the if he shows up to the Sekai Taikai, and they have him bribe another ref, I'm gonna throw my television out the window.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you about this most. I think it's
my television mostly.
I think it's likely it could happen, because something I've been thinking about is when they were asking the cast about the fight this season, they keep talking about this unique fight in episode 10 that sounds like it's in a hotel room, and I think it might be between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do, and maybe even other dojos, but I think it could be because of something Silver does. Because if Silver is at the Sekai Taikai, there's this photo out there where you see. So when they first did the part 2 photos from the little screenshots from the inside the dojo, you see that shot of Kreese looking at something or someone, like when
Right.
Yes.
Could be
I can't
Dennis.
think- there's only one other thing he could be looking at other than Silver, and I think Silver's the more likelihood of those two.
And we also
The
saw
only
Daniel
other
and Johnny
thing
looking at
I
someone.
think that somebody
Yeah.
could, since
It
Kreese
could
is
be.
kind of a wanted man, there could be connections to all over the world. So it is possible that they could have like the police looking for him, even in Barcelona, or it could be that he sees Silver and just frozen with fear, and just like you never
Yeah.
know.
Well, and Dark Chosen. Yeah, I get that's what Silver does, but it's getting a little old now.
Yeah.
Him bribing refs for a karate tournament is getting old. And It's getting
Yeah.
old. And I mean, I don't think. I mean, truthfully, it could be a fake. It's possible that it could be a
He's
fake. And I
got bigger
think
fish
that
to fry. I think if he's
and I
at the
think
tournament, he's not there for. I think Silver is like Chosen said in in season 5 against about Kim's style. All direct attacks will be recognized, but Silver's not above. He's not been. He doesn't find direct attacks beneath him, and if you really think about it, because he is at this level of nothing to lose and craziness, I can see him completely just like I know he like built up in season 5 wanting to be in the tournament and wanting to make sure that everything was there for
he
his
could
students.
be watching the tournament, like in the shadows.
Yeah, but what I really
He should
think
be. He could. Well, essentially, he could be watching. He doesn't have students.
I think his
Number
whole,
one,
I
and
think his
number
whole
two,
focus this
he
season
could be
is-
watching. Well, hold on, Joe.
Yeah, he's
Joe.
watching the
He
tournament,
could be
yeah.
watching the students. He could be watching the tournament in the. He could be watching the tournament in the background,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
seeing how it goes, and
Yeah,
then
that's
when
what-
it's
that's what-
over,
That's what Chosen just
he
said.
heads to the valley. He said
Yeah.
to the valley. He heads to the valley, and that's where he meets the Miyagi-Dos, and we find out all of the terror that he's caused in the valley since they've been gone. I think because the valley's going to be defenseless. Think
That's a
about
great
that.
point.
That
Yeah,
the valley is going to be
They would be
defenseless.
defenseless.
So it's like, why would he waste time on? Because, like you said, he has nothing left to lose. So why would he waste time going to a tournament that he can't even enter in the first place?
So you don't
Now-
think that they have
When the valley, wait, when the valley is up for grabs, is totally defenseless.
Yes.
Right. And you don't see anyone. You don't see any way where Daniel will lose someone, because obviously we know both Johnny and Chosen at the tournament, but like I know that they only had him for a little bit, but I would be shocked, even though they claimed you only filmed for a little bit. I'm not convinced that part 1 is the last we see of Mike Barnes. I'm not.
No,
convinced
I don't think so
of that.
either. I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Yeah,
So
I don't think so
wonder-
either.
I wonder if Mike was while Daniel's away, if Mike was put in charge to kind of watch over Miyagi-Do, and I wonder if we'll finally get that Mike and Silver fight.
I don't think so. I think
You don't
Mike
think they'll
went back
watch
to
it?
his
Okay.
furniture store. I think Mike would have gone back to his furniture store. However, if Silver does return and Mike finds out about it, I would
Yeah.
not be surprised at a confrontation.
Yeah, that's
Um,
definitely true.
Well, if a Mike and Silver fight were to happen, then yeah, Mike. I feel like Mike would lose, fortunately, because he
We've
did
already
lose to
seen that
Johnny.
That's probably gonna happen.
But like I said, I could see Silver maybe watching the tournaments for the Sekateka for the tournament in the shadows, maybe. But like, I don't see him entering the tournament because why would he enter a tournament that he can't really enter in now
Yep.
because
Mhm.
of everything that happened in season 5, and when the Valley is now up for grabs because, like you said, he's got nothing left to lose. So
Yeah.
the Valley is totally defenseless without Daniel, Chosen, Johnny, and Sam and Miguel and Robbie and Hawk and even Dimitri there, like they're in Barcelona. So it's like I think it would be much more interesting for them to come back and see for them and get a really big surprise. See not only Silver there, but see the terror that he has caused since they've been gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah, Underground.
And especially since we know how completely useless the authorities are.
Yeah, that's true. Underground. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Amanda would definitely be able to.
She won't stop Silver. She wouldn't be able to
deal with that.
No. I actually have to go now. But this was a really great.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, Melissa. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. I'll definitely chat with you on Instagram. Terrell, do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
I also you wanna reach out, or is it okay if I follow you, or?
Yeah, of course.
I'll have like if you tell if Jedi Joey knows it, I'll have him like
Yeah, I have it. I have it.
So just send it to me on Instagram because I don't want everybody else to like.
Right.
No.
Oh yeah.
Send it to me on.
I can send you his.
But Jedi Joey has my username, so he can.
Joe, can you send me his username too, Joe?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
All right, so I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, so it's that's very interesting. So we'll run for a little bit longer. I do have to get out of here and record one final video before I go to bed because I've been in a kind of a crazy strain of like the last couple of days when taking care of my grandparents. Things have been just kind of crazy. So I try to get at least 1 or 2 videos done.
I get it.
And one I want to get done today is I've been very focused on. Well, I am always ready to talk about Cobra Kai. I've been very focused after Deadpool and Wolverine on Marvel. So I got a big video I'm working on about a Tom Cruise Iron Man variant versus Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. So that's something I'm working on tonight.
Oh my God, that can be emotional for Robert Downey Jr.
To deal with Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah,
Were you thinking Tom Holland?
Robert Downey Jr. as well though, because he's gonna have to kill off another Iron Man.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. It would make him merciless, and that's what we want to see. Oh, you like my music video, Underground? Yeah, I just made a Dr. Doom music video earlier this week too.
Yeah, I think I saw it. It was good.
Yeah, animated stuff. It made me excited, man. It was, yeah. So there's, and I got to get back on the Cobra Kai video. They've been so busy. That announcement just came out of nowhere at Comic-Con, and then ever since it happened, I've just been going crazy on these Doom videos because I don't think anybody, even though this is a Cobra Kai podcast, I don't think anybody predicted that happened. No way.
But dude, that announcement came out of nowhere. Like, dude, Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom, bro. Like
I was literally, so it's so funny. So
everybody, and then social media just started blowing up like crazy.
It was so funny because I was filming my Penguin reaction, and it's funny. I still haven't even released my Penguin reaction that I filmed. But so I did a Penguin reaction, and I hope I'll get that released one of these days. But literally, I'm doing it, and I'm getting ready to edit it. I open Twitter, I'm like, well, that's not happening tonight now, because we got to talk about this shit now, because that's why. And I was like, okay, yep. So
hey Joe.
Yeah.
You mind if I show you this one fan-made poster I found somewhere?
Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If you share it, I'll bring up the share board. what I see. Let's see. I saw this one. Let's see. James, it just is related to my content, so we talk about whatever we want. It was related to content stuff, so
That's
sorry we got a little bit off topic, James.
it was just a minute. It's just us relating to, since I'm the host of the podcast, when I want to talk about something I'm working on in my life, I will talk about what topics I want to do because it is my podcast. So I decide whatever. You should know, James, that not everything is what it seems. You can't just be one thing. Sometimes you have to be multiple things.
Yeah, that was.
Not everything is what it seems. Oh, you're still looking at the poster?
Yeah.
You think you found it? Okay. Let's see.
Okay, that's. Yeah. You seen this?
Oh yeah, I have this as one of my lock screens on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like-
I saw that one.
I like this fan poster. It's one of my favorites.
I know this is my favorite by far because, like, I hope they do something very similar like this for the final poster for part 3.
Especially if we find out that Julie's in part 2.
Yes. And what's interesting is that we have like a reflection of light and darkness where Silver, Kim, and Kreese are like the trio of villains. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sure you can see who this is back here, where my mouse is pointing at.
Yes, I can.
Minefield. That was kind of rude.
Master Kim.
I think. Oh, I like what you said, Underground. I think Marvel doing what Arrow did when Oliver changed into Spectre. Yeah, you might be onto something, Underground. Except this is different because Spectre and Green Arrow are both heroes. You have Iron Man doing a full 180, leaving his legacy as Iron Man, and then going and becoming Dr. Doom. And that's what's wild. Because even if it's a Tony variant that ends up being Dr. Doom, it's still Dr. Doom. Like, that still is amazing. So, I mean, either way, it's just wild. I get questions often, James, about things that aren't just Cobra Kai. And we are a people-pleasing situation. We talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good, Chosen. Take care, buddy. But yeah, so that's a really good post. I like that. I like that it had Master Kim. I like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We lost Jake.
Yep.
I love that poster. I'm a huge fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
I especially like the fact, one of my favorite things about this poster, and I wonder if this will actually happen in the show, maybe in a big battle, is I don't know if you caught it, but do you notice how Chosen has one side here, but Daniel's holding the other one?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if that will ever come into play.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally backed out. Sorry.
No, it's good. Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know if you can see it, but if you look really closely, you can see the ghost of Sato by Chosen, and then the ghost of Mr. Miyagi by Julie.
I didn't notice that. That's kind of cool detail.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, what would have been really cool with that scene with the size that now makes me think of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the reason they're wielding those is maybe there's a scene where they have to take on Master Kim together, and because Master Kim is so old, he can't necessarily always kick and punch fight. He can just use weapons. So they get into a weapon fight with him.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna make him.
Even if Master Kim is old, you can't count him out because like he still has all the knowledge with him.
Yeah, I'm still wondering what's gonna make him dangerous. Like at his old age, is that Kane hiding his sword? Is he gonna use that knife? Like, I am wondering what they're gonna do. Because I think people will underestimate him. I think Daniel will look at him and say, "Oh, this old man, I beat Kreese. I beat Silver, and nothing scared me. And then this guy's gonna just rock him.
Because I believe, like, even though he's old, he doesn't need to do much, move his body a lot. Like, I bet he has, like, very deadly techniques that could kill someone with just a single strike.
Well, yeah. I do like how the colors split in the middle. Oh, agreed.
Yeah, me too.
It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd say it's 11:13. I'm going to go shoot my video. We will get back here again next Thursday.
Yeah, before you go, like, what do you think Master Kim's role will be in part 3?
I think he's the big bad.
Yes.
I think part 1, establish the kids as a threat, bring Kreese and Kim together, then Master Kim. They did that well.
Yes.
Part 2, Sekai Taikai focus full on anyone that's involved in the Sekai Taikai. Bring Silver back. So I think I have a theory, and I might even make my video tomorrow about this.
Yeah.
I think, and Melissa wasn't here for this, so she doesn't know this. I think Silver's already out of prison.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think Kreese is, even though Kim made Kreese go through already a dangerous test, I have a theory that going back to the flashbacks in season 5, if you look at Master Kim's face when young Kreese apologizes for dropping the vase, right?
Yep.
He says, "My fault," but he never, even though that wasn't even the evil Silver that we've seen to this day. There's always been something about the Silver and Master Kim situation that's always made me wonder, because he says in Karate Kid 3, he introduces himself to Mr. Miyagi as a student of Master Kim. You know, he says, my master is Kim Soo-young of South Korea. And obviously Silver likes to bluff, he likes to do a lot of things, but that was a true thing to him. So for him to mention that means he truly validated himself as a student. And notice how Kreese has never once, like when Kreese comes in season 6, part 1, he never mentioned, like, until he finds out Master Kim is alive, he's excited to see Kim Da-eun, but he never refers to Master Kim as his master.
Yeah.
But did you notice how when Silver's training Kenny, the Silver Bullet, he says, "My master taught me this many years ago. I've made some tweaks." And then he said in Karate Kid 3, "My master, Kim Soo-young, sends his regards." Twice he used the words, "my master." So I think while we won't see Master Kim at the tournament, I think Master Kim might be preparing Silver for the ultimate battle.
Yeah, I think that is a great. I feel like the bond between Master Kim and Silver will be stronger than it is with Kreese.
Mm-hmm. I think it will. I think Silver really.
I feel like Silver is going to be like a puppet to Master Kim. Like he'll count on Silver to carry out his plans.
I think so. And then that's going to be like kind of his main agenda in part 2. But then when part 3 rolls around, that's when he literally goes and just creates havoc in the valley.
Well, Master Kim, when they lose the Sekai Taikai, Master Kim is going to feel the most upset about it, since that is his legacy.
And because Kreese has failed him before and Silver's failed him before, it's going to be like a Thanos-like moment where he's going to be like, "You guys both failed me. Fine. I'll do it myself. But you guys are coming to accompany me." And then it becomes this thing where while the kids are involved, it becomes a battle of like epic proportions of adults versus adults. And he wants to take out all the senseis. And that's where we get the reveal that Master Kim murdered Chosen's father.
Yes, and that will set the spark between Chosen and Master Kim.
Because I think that one of the things I'm most looking forward to, we've seen Chosen fight Silver. We haven't seen him fight Kreese, but it would be less interesting. We'll see what happens if they have a fight. I don't know. They don't need to.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think that they brought Master Kim in fully to fight Chosen. I think that his purpose is to come in and to deal with. Because if you really think about it, while Daniel is upholding the legacy of Mr. Miyagi, the real Mr. Miyagi figure in Cobra Kai is Chosen.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own dojo. He's tried running things the way that Okinawan style.
Not only that, we know that Sato was like had much anger towards Master Kim, and that he viewed him as like a rival. So I feel like Chosen, with Sato gone, Chosen is gonna step into his shoes and do what needs to be done to take down Master Kim.
He knew so much about Master Kim in season 5, so I think he knows of him very much.
Yeah, and not only that, but I feel like it's the rivalry is going to between him and Master Kim is going to be more personal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, battle between the two of them will be legendary, and their rivalry will be great.
And it would be cool if like we could see like Chosen and Silver have a rematch, and Chosen just takes him out before he fights Master Kim.
Yeah, takes him out, steals his sword, just like, hey, I'm coming for your master now.
Yeah. Like what would be an interesting drawback to Karate Kid 3? If Master Kim is about to fight Chosen, and then Silver gets in front of him, he's like we're old friends.
Yeah, what I would love is that'd be great. We're old friends, and he just throw. What I would love him to do is jab his Sai and Silver, and just like pin him to the to a surface, and then just be like, "You keep for your collection." Takes his sword and then just goes, no. Now this is the fight that I've been waiting for.
Like, Silver tries to use a weapon, but Chosen is like, nope, we fight to death.
Yep.
Their hands.
So I think he really will kill Master Kim. Like I think he's really gonna want to. Like I think you're gonna go back to Karate Kid 2 Chosen in that fight with Master Kim. He's gonna
and like between Master Kim, I mean, I'm not worried like with Chosen's fight with Silver, but I'd be scared for Chosen against Master Kim because he's gonna be more powerful than Silver.
Yeah, people have been sleeping on Master Kim. They don't know what that man is capable of.
No,
they do not.
He's the OG. I feel like Chosen's gonna need help from Daniel, Johnny, Mike, and even Julie to take this guy down.
Like I said, man, it's gotta come full circle. It's gotta be like full on, like Infinity War Battle of Titan, but with all martial arts and all our best senseis in there. Because who doesn't want to see all the adults team up to beat the big bad, the true snake, the entire time?
The only Cobra himself.
Yeah. Full on King Cobra, just like that's.
You notice how Cobra Kai never dies, like that the motto. Well, that's because Master Kim is still alive. As long as he's still alive, Cobra Kai never dies.
Gotta kill the head snake.
Mm-hmm. Like I know. Like even when Master Kim is dead, Cobra Kai will still be alive. Will never die. But the thing is, like the one thing that's gonna die is his philosophy. That's the one thing that's gonna die with him.
Will die. I mean, I have a theory that one of the characters that will survive throughout this last season that could lead into spinoffs is I think that Kwan's going to make it out of season 6. And I think that Kwan could be saved for a spinoff. Where when he gets older, he might be the big bad as like full out.
And not only him, but also possibly Sensei Kim. Like she's a lot younger than Chris and Silver, so she could still be alive.
Yeah, they could be working together more in the future.
Yeah, to avenge her grandfather and.
Yeah, that could make her arc even more interesting, is if she watches him die, and she goes for revenge.
Yeah.
Because I think she's gonna get taken out by Julie pretty quick.
I don't know, be pretty quick, but yeah.
But when they fight, like I think it's gonna be pretty. Like Julie's got true balance, and it's just it'll be a good fight. But I think Julie's gonna get the upper hand.
Do you think like before Julie and Kim fight, do you think like Sensei Kim might try to kill Sam and Tori first, and then this is where Julie comes in and saves them?
It's possible.
Because I feel like no matter who wins between Sam and Tori, like I feel like it's gonna be Sam anyways. But like I feel like she's gonna want to kill those two. Like,
yeah, I think that's possible. Well, anyway, guys, So it was a fun podcast. I'll catch you guys next week. I gotta go film this video real quick because I'll have a couple more hours before I gotta go to bed.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course, man. I'll see you next week. I'll see if I can send you. I'll send your stuff to Jake and Melissa.
Yes, of course.
Sounds
Appreciate
good.
that.
Take care, guys.
Good night.
All right, lights need to come off.